FreedomMunitions.com, your online ammunition destination, presents The High Road with Keith Warren.
We hunt for different reasons, but it's more than just the kill.
First off, I'm grateful to be an American, to live in a country that still has country like this.
It's about the experience, freedom, passion, and adventure. I'm Keith Warren, and like you, I live for the hunt.
Tannerite Binary Reactive Rifle Targets presents viewer feedback.
All right. Hi Keith, my name is Jillian from Michigan. My question is about meat storage. My family takes lots of deer each year and we always wind up throwing away our meat because it's freezer burned. We see you use the food saver and wonder, which unit would you recommend using for a family that takes lots of deer each year and why? Jillian, great question. When you throw away freezer burned meat, I know the feeling. Years ago I used to do it, and I mean it really ticks you off because it's just a waste. Well, one way you can prevent that from ever happening again is using a vacuum sealing system by Food Saver. Now they make several different units. The one I use is the titanium. The titanium is used in the Warren household literally every single day. And the reason why I use that is because it keeps my meat freezer burn free for years, literally. And so what I would encourage you to do is, Jillian, you need to probably get a titanium unit. You need to use it all the time. And the thing you'll find out about the titanium versus all the other Food Saver units is titanium, you can't overheat it. I mean, I've done hundreds and hundreds of packages in a row, and it worked just as good on the last one as it did on the first one. But that's a great question. When it comes to controversy in the hunting industry, I guess I'm no stranger to it.
I'll tell you what, we're up here, we're going to be going after a big bull elk using a crossbow on today's show, so stick around.
For whatever reason, I feel that controversy can be good as it gets people to actually stop and think about things a bit more than normal. It's a time that can be contentious too, as it can upset some folks. But how else are we supposed to learn about new things? Doesn't somebody have to bring up controversial topics?
This stuff right here will make any shooting experience very explosive.
I guess the older I get, the more I realize that I like controversy, as it actually helps flush people out on where they stand on different subjects. Me choosing to do shows using the crossbow over 20 years ago was controversial, as many archers at the time were some kind of upset with me. They took shots at me continually, and yet I continued to promote them. Now, 20 years later, virtually every major archery manufacturer has a crossbow. Decades ago, game cameras were controversial, as many hunters thought that they provided the hunter with an unfair advantage. Today, there are more game camera manufacturers out there than you can shake a stick at, and yet, still, there are people that feel these great hunting products provide hunters with an unfair advantage. Years ago, suppressors were not considered legal to use for hunting in many states. But today, more and more states have recognized that suppressors do have a place in the market.
Got it. God, look at that. Look at that. That is a gigantic feral hog.
And they are now more accepted as legal hunting tools. So how do you define controversy? And more importantly, do you feel like it's important to have controversy in the hunting world? I've discovered that when hunters start deciding what in their minds is an acceptable hunting method, they close their minds down to all new possibilities that could exist. My job is to help inform hunters about the new products that are out there, how they work, and why it may be something they'd like to know more about. On today's show, I'll be using a new controversial product called the Dragon Claw rifle. This 50 caliber pneumatic air rifle is an incredible piece of equipment.
Holy smokers!
And one of the most exciting products I've ever seen enter the hunting space.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by PyramidAir.com, Liberty Safe, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, 99%, Castle Rock Outfitters, and OpticsPlanet.com.
I'm going to be hunting with one of the most incredibly unique products that's ever been introduced to the hunting industry. It's called the Dragon Claw rifle. This is a 50 caliber pneumatic rifle. Holy smokers! It's capable of shooting a heavyweight pellet, delivering incredible energy. Very well may be the first whitetail deer ever killed, ever, not just on video, but ever killed with the Dragon Claw. Hunting with big bore air guns is not legal for hunting big game in much of the United States. And I think it's a shame, because I think it's an effective tool for sure. Now look at it, I think 20 years ago, crossbows weren't legal for hunting big game in the United States either. But look at it today. So my job is to go out there, use new products, evaluate them, and show you how effective they can be or may not be. And that's what I'm doing with the Dragon Claw rifle. Still a little bit too hot. The deer are still kind of in their summer pattern they're transitioning over, so it may be a while if we see one. Hopefully one will come in before dark. This time of year, it's mid-September, and the deer activity is not really good right now. They're kind of getting to the point they want to move around a lot, but currently it's pretty warm up here in Saskatchewan, so they're kind of bedded down. How big he is. That is a big old buck right there.
Oh my Lord, look at that body.
I had no idea that he was this old. Look at this. My gosh almighty. This is a beautiful buck. Look at him. Look at the mass on this guy. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, folks. I just can't get over the mass on him. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna push him up. I want y'all to see how big this guy is.
He's got a huge body.
He's got a huge body. This is a big old buck right here. And I mean, look at that. Look how big that deer is. I mean, a Saskatchewan whitetail buck right up here at Heartland Whitetails. Hold that deer's head right there,
You
please.
bet, you bet.
I took it using my big bore air rifle. Again, this is the Dragon Claw. It's sold online by Pyramid Air, and it is one of the most wonderful, controversial, I gotta say controversial, products to enter the hunting space in a long, long time. Folks, if y'all want more information on coming up here to Heartland Whitetails, what I want you to do is get a pencil and paper right now. Get it, and I want you to write down the telephone number that Al is gonna give you. I also want you to write down his website. So, okay, give him a telephone number.
Telephone number is 1-800-799-4305.
And your website?
The website, www.heartlanddeer.com.
He got some gigantic deer And if you're looking for a place to go and I mean really experience Canadian hunting and Saskatchewan hospitality, give Al a call and he and Joyce will take care of you. And I'll tell you what, I'm just stoked. This is so awesome. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Pleasure having you, Keith.
Oh my gosh, and look at this buck.